Republic Network's 7-day impact against fake news from Pakistan forces Twitter to take action against the blue tick hate brigade.
Digital space will not be allowed to be abused by ISI agents.
The government takes note of Republic Network's relentless campaign, promises to monitor accounts on Twitter that are peddling fake news.
We see some malicious campaign by on the social media platform being done, and that has been strongly refuted. And we also request citizens not to pay attention to any such kind of malicious campaign.
The security forces join hands with Republic campaign to call out Pakistan's fake news hate campaign, calls out another account peddling lies. 3 hate accounts from Pakistan blocked, but Republic will not give up the campaign until anti-India forces are completely shut out.
bbc.com पर जाइए और देखिए वहाँ कश्मीर में क्या हो रहा है, श्रीनगर में क्या हो रहा है, पता लग जाएगा।
Sonia Gandhi's aides try to divide Kashmir on the basis of religion. Congress toes Pakistan's line on Article 370. And after insulting Kashmiris by calling them sellouts, Congress gives communal twist to Kashmir integration. Good evening, welcome to The Burning Question. I'm Ridhumanan Bhardwaj. Viewers, for 7 days now, Republic Network has been fighting a relentless campaign against ISI-backed fake news campaign on Kashmir on Twitter, demanding it to take down accounts of those peddling hate and propaganda. After 7 days, Twitter finally acted. It took down 3 accounts, but Republic fight will not stop. Now forces have joined the campaign. Editor-in-Chief Arnab Goswami just a short while ago spoke to Union Law and Information Technology Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad. We get you that, but before that, here are the burning questions that we're asking tonight. The first burning question that we asked today. Will Twitter issue a public statement on the ISI fake news that's being peddled? The second burning question, when will Twitter deregister the ISI fake news handles? Isn't it time to take strict action? And the third burning question we asked today, will the government summon Twitter bosses over the ISI propaganda?
Attention, one thing, Mr. Prasad, that for the last 6 or 7 days, there are hundreds of Twitter handles which are spreading fake videos, misinformation about our Indian security forces, and these handles are then being quoted selectively by Western media. Now, the problem, Mr. Prasad, is that Twitter has been responding by saying that we are only a platform. They are stonewalling our requests. Would the IT ministry consider telling Twitter to block all those accounts who are working against our national security interests?
As I said just now, fake news impinging upon country's security is clearly not acceptable. Let me return to Delhi. I will look into the entire situation myself, and my department will surely do follow-up matter with the Twitter.
Can we on
welcome Twitter as a platform for communication of ideas. Let me just tell you, we welcome Twitter or any social media platform for communication and freedom of ideas. But certain norms are very clear. Any attack on India's integrity, India's security forces, seeking to break India by campaigning from these platforms will not be plainly acceptable. I will look into the matter.
Can we share some details with you as well?
Surely let me return to Delhi. I will look into all the details. I'll ask my department to be in touch with you.
Yes.
And follow it up in full seriousness.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
On that note, let me introduce the guests who are joining us on the burning question today. We have Amit Malviya, spokesperson of the BJP and head of the BJP IT cell. Major Gaurav Arya, who's spoken on this earlier, also joining us, the editor for Strategic Affairs, live from Delhi. We have Professor D.K. Giri, political commentator, also live from Delhi, and Ashutosh Mishra, senior journalist, also joining us live from Delhi. My first question to Amit Malviya, who's the head of the BJP IT cell. Amit Malviya, an American social media company, is allowing its platform to be misused by ISI mischievously. They are projecting a false warlike situation. After a sustained campaign by the Republic Media Network for the last 7 days, finally one account has been suspended. It's a sustained victory for us. But the bigger question, can we continue allowing Twitter to have this fake propaganda by the ISI continue to run everywhere around the world?
Well, first of all, congratulations to Republic for pursuing this story and ensuring that the monstrous account that was spreading a lot of fake news and running anti-India propaganda at such a sensitive time has been withheld by Twitter. Of course, he's not the only account that is at the moment operating on Twitter. There are several others, and most of us who follow social media very closely are aware of those accounts. I'm sure the concerned agencies are seized of the matter, and given the kind of campaign that Republic has run, and I just heard the minister speak on your program, it would be taken to logical conclusions with Twitter. As far as Twitter is concerned, I think they too have a responsibility in ensuring that their platform does not get abused in the manner that it is getting abused at the moment. We are all for free speech. We are all for platforms that do not hinder free speech in the name of vigilantism or otherwise. But matters which concern national security, matters which concern law and order, and matters that concern serious, delicate situations like the one that we have in Jammu and Kashmir, particularly given the cross-border terrorism that has been inflicted on the state, I think Twitter can be a little more responsible. And now that this matter has been highlighted to them through several channels, including yours, as well as several commentators on social media have repeatedly pointed to Twitter about how their platform is being misused. I'm sure and I hope
Amit
that
Malviya,
they will act very quickly on those who are trying to threaten India's integrity.
Amit Malviya, you know, when we've spoken to them, we've texted them, we've emailed them several times over the last 7 days, the perfunctory statements that Twitter gives out makes us believe it's a very dangerous situation where an American company continues to run its house like it wants to. So I asked this question to my studios in my panel today, Major Gaurav Arya and Professor D.K. Giri. Professor Giri, we saw the tweets that were given out today by a certain Pakistani handle and the kind of forces joining Republic today, whether it's the CRPF that has said there's normalcy in Kashmir, this Pakistani handle is completely lying, whether it's the Kashmir police. Today we also saw the law minister, the information and broadcasting minister say action will be taken. Isn't it time that these handles that are trying to spread propaganda and national sovereignty of India is threatened are immediately blocked?
If they are found to be Pakistanis,
they are. If you actually see them,
sure,
the tweets, you will see it, Professor
that's
Giri.
what I'm saying. I mean, I do not have the facts myself, but I'm making a statement of principle that if they are found to be Pakistanis and they are spreading rumors, malicious rumors, and then they should be stopped. But we have to be careful in while isolating them or identifying them. We are not really touching on the people inside the country and stifling the freedom of speech. That should be careful. But certainly the foreign agents who seek to destabilize our country, they should be discouraged. They should be stopped. And that should not be an excuse to snuff out opposition in the country. So that is the only sensitive thing I would put forth. But I agree with you. Anyone links with
Major Gaurav Arya, I want to ask you, as Professor Giri is saying, this is the statement that came out from Twitter. We believe in freedom of expression, but what freedom of expression when it's given to terrorists, when they're asking for Kashmir Valley to be called to arms, when they're asking for warmongering in India? Isn't it time under IPC, under IT laws, Twitter should understand this needs to stop once and for all?
Okay, two things. Professor Giri said freedom of expression. Now, Professor Giri, my answer is to you, sir, that these are blue tick verified Twitter handles of Pakistanis. So these are verified by Twitter. So there is no doubt that they are not Indian. They are specifically Pakistani. Now, for example, Wajahat Khan is a respected Pakistani journalist, past tense. He's no longer respected. Wajahat Khan says, today he tweeted saying that a Muslim Kashmiri policeman killed 5 paramilitary soldiers. Now, this is obviously fake news. CRPF has come on record and said this is fake news. Jammu and Kashmir police has come on record and said this is fake news. However, this person, Wajahat Khan, has a verified Twitter handle. And through that, through his masses of followers, he's spreading fake news. Similarly, Zaid Hamid, similarly Hamza, similarly so many other people in Pakistan are doing it. Now, the situation in the Kashmir Valley, okay, when we say normal, it is normal according to what we can compare Kashmir to be for the past 30 years. But you can't compare it to Delhi. It's not Delhi normal, it's not Mumbai normal. It is Kashmir normal, which means there haven't been killings, there haven't been mass protests, there haven't been grenade explosions, and it's all right, it's okay. According to Kashmir, it's slightly okay. Now, in between this, you put a communal angle and you say, like that Pakistani columnist, I tweeted about it today. He said, if any Hindu buys land in Kashmir, he should be killed. I request my Kashmiri brothers to kill him. Now, this person is a famous person. He comes on television almost every second day in Pakistan.
Yes.
He's followed very widely. Now, this person is openly calling out for killing of Hindus. So we are saying such people should be blocked from all social media platforms, because freedom of speech is when you say, Professor Giri, that I do not agree with the government. This is your right and this is your duty to question the government. Nobody can take it away. But if I were to tomorrow put poison in the society and say that kill a certain community, kill a certain caste, I should be put in jail.
That's illegal.
I should be put in jail.
Ashutosh, how
Point
are you
taken.
still continuing to look at these Pakistani ISI propagandists who are threatening our sovereignty, who are questioning India, who are continuously trying to say that there should be violence here, who are trying to instigate communities, whether it's Hindus, Sikhs or Muslims in Kashmir Valley? Ashutosh.
I totally agree with what Major Arya was saying, that these people should be put down with a heavy hand. There is no two doubt about that. And Pakistan and the hatred that Pakistanis have for India, I mean, that nation is there just because they never wanted to live with us Indians. So I have no trust in them. But no, today we have a bigger problem. And what is happening is that Indian media, many news channels, are today showing TV clips from Pakistani media, where the Pakistani politicians are trying to discredit Indian politicians, Indian parties, Indian writers. We should be aware of them, because if they can peddle fake news on Twitter, they can do the same thing on TV. Why should we accept whatever the Pakistanis are saying on face value? Let's not differentiate that when it is sort of good for national security in the eyes, we will say it's fake news. But when it discredits the opposition or authors who are sort of with whom the ruling party is uncomfortable,
Ashutosh,
it will be shown on Indian media TV channels. That should be stopped also.
You've been making this point several times over this sustained campaign we've had for the past few nights, and I just want to raise one question here. What has Wajahat said today? He said that there is some Muslim Kashmiri policeman who's been shot and killed 5 Indian CRPF personnel in a blue-on-blue attack after they refused to let some woman go by a curfew. The CRPF immediately wrote back and said, patriotism and our tricolour lie at the core of our hearts and existence, even when the colour of our uniforms may differ. The Kashmir Zone Police clarified today, and they also did a press conference in which they spoke the truth. They said this malicious content is strongly rebutted. It actually took these people to come, Amit Malviya, to come out and clarify, and yet we get this statement, this rhetoric, this perfunctory statement that don't take away their freedom of speech and expression. My only question, a dangerous game is being played. Look at that. 1 minute, Ashutosh. I want to just take you through those tweets of that man Zaid Hamid, whose account's been suspended in India only, not all across the world, only because we intervened. His account actually said he would have been an honorable Sikh if he was fighting for his own freedom of Khalistan. He's now fighting with everybody else, and everybody will let him die. Some rubbish about Sikhs. It makes our blood boil that they are trying to incite communities against each other, Amit Malviya, and we continue talking about freedom of expression of these Pakistani rodents.
No, well, I'm very clear that freedom of expression does not apply to those who want to dismember India or disrupt the peace here or challenge India's, territorial integrity. I am absolutely clear about it, and that's where I think Twitter has a role to play, and they must step in and arrest these accounts who have been using their platform to spread malicious information. But having said that, what we also have to realize that our security forces, our agencies are very quick to respond to these kind of campaigns, and it is for us as Indians cutting across party lines to not fall for these traps. Unfortunately, I am seeing that some of the opposition leaders are speaking in the same vein, in the same language as, say, some of these accounts operated by cross-border handlers are, and that's where the problem lies. I think the citizenry, the ruling party, the agencies have to come in and check.
You cannot
these
give the opposition leaders. That is rubbish.
No,
that is rubbish. That is absolutely rubbish. That's the point of view might disagree, but you can't equate them with Pakistanis. You can't equate them with ISI. This is BJP's absolute arrogance. No.
Haven't you seen the 100% similar statements that we've been showing?
It may be a coincidence. Are you saying that they are in league with Pakistani? Oh, you are going too far. That is absolutely unacceptable. Indian opposition have a right to say what they say, and they have. It's a democracy. It is not Pakistan. Don't link them with Pakistanis. For God's sake.
Professor Giri.
Yes, tell me one politician. Congress is a democratic, but you are taking of the Congress statement. There are Congress leaders who have supported this. Who has supported abrogation of 370? We are still supporting it.
Did the Congress?
Yes, the Congress supported. Yes, Jyotiraditta Scindia, Janardhan Trivedi. Yes.
Did Rahul Gandhi support abrogation?
No, Rahul Gandhi is not Congress party alone. This is your problem. It is not BJP. It's a democratic party. There are points of view. Absolutely not. That is your obsession. It's a democracy party. Rahul Gandhi is not Congress party. Okay? So you focus on Rahul Gandhi. We are talking of Congress party.
Absolutely.
There are people who have supported this.
Yes.
I can name 6 leaders. Okay. Even today, Shashi Tharoor has contradicted the Congress leaders, Mani Shankar Ayer's contention that it is going to Philistine. He said no, it is not going to West Bank.
Okay, I'll just respond to Professor Giri. I think what Professor Giri said makes a lot of sense to me. I would just like to say that, sir, whether people are in the opposition, for example, people who say that, Chidambaram made a comment that, that Kashmir, had it been Hindu majority, BJP would not have done it. Or the Chief Minister of Haryana who makes a comment that we will marry Kashmiri women. I think both of these people should desist along all parties.
That is rubbish. I agree with
absolutely. Nobody should make irresponsible comments.
Sir,
allow me, sir. I think there are people with low IQ.
Yes.
And I think they are people, and I think willy-nilly, I'm not saying somebody has taken money from Pakistan, I will not say that, but I'm saying that these people they have full right to say that we don't agree with the way 370 has been done away with. Ye unka hak hai, unka farz bhi hai. They should do it as Indians. However, my limited point, sir, is this, that they should be very careful and understand what Pakistan is doing, what game Pakistan is playing, and at this point in time, they should not stand with the government if they don't want to stand. That's absolutely fine. But as far as possible, see what is the mood of the nation and go along with that mood to the best extent possible.
We can call them irresponsible.
Yes. And nobody of any political party, Congress, BJP, any political party, should not never alienate the Kashmiris. They are our brothers and sisters.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
हमने कोई जंग नहीं जीती वहाँ पे फतेह का झंडा नहीं गाड़ दिया वहाँ पे. And this is highly shameful and condemnable.
It's a step, yes. It's a radical step.
It's a radical step. We welcome it. Number 2, nobody, whether from opposition or any other party, which is part of the opposition, should play into Pakistani's hands willy-nilly. I'm not saying anybody is an agent, but definitely थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगा के पाकिस्तान क्या कर रहा है, गेम उनका समझ लें आप, और उनके हाथों में ना पड़े, क्योंकि पाकिस्तानी use you.
I agree.
In this agreement and this bonhomie that I'm seeing on this debate today, the question continues: why is there 100% similar statements coming out from the Congress and from Imran Khan and the Pakistan government handle? And I ask this question because over the past few days we've been seeing the ED similarity. If in the temple of democracy, the parliament, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary talks about the United Nations and how he believes the UN has to have Kashmir rights over it and how they charter over UN rights on it, the same statements are made by Imran Khan. If on the first thing we see this Pakistan, now I'm believing that now Chidambaram has spoken about this majority of Muslim issue, we will also see the same thing be raised by Pakistan. But before I go across to the Hindu terror theory propagandists here, we end the debate on just one note. We won with Article 370. There is normalcy in Kashmir. We need to be proud of that. We are proud that one step has been taken by Twitter, but Twitter bosses need to know the government is looking at them now. I thank my panelists for being with us and hoping Twitter will take more action after this relentless Republic campaign. Thank you for joining us.